I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to The Bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. I'm your host and captain, Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the No Half Step in hockey coverage, first, let me direct you to our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. Once you're good and educated about the show, click on that merchandise tab, take straight to our classic logo t-shirt, all the different gimmicks you've come to know and love and expect from the Renegades of Puck. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, it's all still there in our online store. Something like 88 different items still available in the store. Better said, we've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this independent and unaffiliated operation here known as the Renegades of Puck. So here's how you can jump in the trenches and help us out. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. You can also find us on our new accounts on Threads and lingering around on X. It doesn't cost you a thing, doesn't take you but a second, but it sure goes a long way to helping out the Renegades of Puck. So please help us out on social media. YouTube, this is the most important one of all. Please subscribe to our channel, Renegades of Puck. Turn on the notifications buttons and get the latest content from the Renegades of Puck. We are covering a whole lot of different topics. We bring a lot of that to you here on the show, but we have more on our YouTube channel, so make sure you check that out. And also, if you'd like to support the show financially, you can see our swear jar / support jar, tip jar over there on the corner of the desk. You can scan that QR code at any time, or you can just search out Renegades of Puck on Venmo. Every dollar goes a long way to helping the Renegades of Puck, and we sure do appreciate you helping us get through the year 2024. It's been our most difficult year to date, but we're hanging in there and we're in the trenches fighting it out. Now listen, I know it's time for the No Half Step in hockey coverage, so let me pivot to the seat and deliver the goods. It's time for operation number 941. That is right. It is time for show number 941, and at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators have climbed out of last place in the Central Division and currently sit in 7th place in the Central Division. After 30 games skated, the Preds have a record of 8-16 and 622 points, has them very far out of first place in the Central Division. On the road, where the Preds' next game will take place against the Colorado Avalanche, that record of 3-9-4. The Preds have scored 68 goals in the season. They've given up 93. That's a goal differential of -25. Let's update the Central Division standings. Then we'll talk Preds. Then we'll get into this game matchup. Central Division, as of this moment, is led by the Winnipeg Jets in first place with 43 points after 31 games skated. The Minnesota Wild have dropped into second place with 42 points. The Dallas Stars have 34 points. Colorado Avalanche also have 34 points in fourth place. In fifth place, Utah has 31. Sixth place, St. Louis has 30. Then you'll find the Preds at 22 and the Chicago Blackhawks at 20 points on the season. Now, for the Predators, their week ahead. First, the game against Colorado in Denver, which is the one we're previewing right here. And then Tuesday versus the New York Rangers back at Bridgestone Arena. Thursday, hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. Saturday, hosting the LA Kings. So a big week ahead at Bridgestone Arena. On the 23rd of December versus the Carolina Hurricanes. And then the Christmas break back on the 27th from that at the St. Louis Blues. The Preds' next opponent is the Colorado Avalanche, and this game will take place in Denver. For the Preds, it's already their second trip to Colorado this season. They've played the Avalanche 2 times. They'll play a total of 4, so this is the third of 4 regular season meetings. Let's take you back to November the 2nd when the Preds defeated Colorado 5-2 at Bridgestone Arena. It was Juuse Saros picking up the victory, going 29 of 31. 5 different goal scorers for the Preds: Forsberg, Nyquist, Sissons, Stamkos, and Yossi. Noonan, that name should sound familiar because he's now a Nashville Predator, took the loss for the Colorado Avalanche, 21 out of 24. McKinnon and Makar scored the goals for Colorado. These two teams would meet again just days later on the 11th of November in Denver, where the Predators would fall 3-2 in overtime. Saros would go 29 out of 32, taking the loss. Evangelista and Sissons would score the goals for the Preds. Georgiev, who is no longer with the organization, would pick up the victory, 28 out of 30. Rantanen, Taves, and Girard with the overtime game-winning goal for the Colorado Avalanche. These two teams will meet again at Bridgestone Arena on February the 22nd. Before we get into the Colorado Avalanche, let's update you on the Nashville Predators injury situation. No time frame or timetable has been given for any of the returns. Luzon, Carrier, and Yossi, 3 of the Predators' starting 6 defensemen, are still out at this time. The Colorado Avalanche currently find themselves in 4th place in the Central Division. They've skated 31 games this season, one more than the Preds. They have a record of 17-14-0. 34 points has them tied with Dallas, but because of tiebreakers, they're currently outside of the playoffs looking in with 34 points. They're 12 points ahead of the Nashville Predators. They have a home record of 7-8-0. That's reasonable. They've scored 102 goals in the season. They've given up 109 against. They have a goal differential of -7. In their most recent stretch of action, most completed 5. Go back to December the 5th. We'll have a 5-3 loss to the Carolina Hurricanes. On the 7th of December, 2-1 win at Detroit. On the 8th of December, 4-0 win at New Jersey. On the 10th of December, a 6-2 win at Pittsburgh, and most recently on the 12th of December, a 4-1 loss versus Utah. Wedgwood, yes, that Wedgwood got the start, took the loss, going 19 out of 22. Talking about the matchup here in the NHL rankings for the Predators and the Colorado Avalanche in the goals for category, the Preds still last in the league at 32nd, 2.27. Colorado Avalanche significantly better, 3.26 goals per game. That is 11th best in the NHL. When it comes to the goals against category, 19th is what the Predators are ranked, giving up 3.10 goals per game. The Colorado Avalanche are giving up 3.52 goals against per game, which is 29th overall in the NHL. In the shots on goal category, the Preds are 13th in the league at 29.1. Colorado also the same number, 29.1. They are rated 15th. Shots against, 30.1 for Nashville is 26, while 26.3 given up against the Colorado Avalanche is 5th best in the NHL. Special teams, the Colorado Avalanche have the advantage in the power play, converting at 24.5%. That's the 9th best in the league. 23 conversions on 94 opportunities to the Preds power play, which is converting at 18.2%, 22nd overall in the NHL. 16 conversions on 88 opportunities. When it comes to penalty kill, the Preds have that advantage over the Colorado Avalanche. First in the NHL in penalty kill at 87.2% kill rate. They've given just 12 power play goals against on the season, while the Colorado Avalanche have a 74.4% kill rate. That's 25th in the league. They've given up 21 power play goals against. So for the Nashville Predators, they managed to pick up their out of 4 points against the Avalanche so far this season. They've outscored them 7-5, but they do have some problems on the blue line with some injuries. Roman Josi, the leading scorer of the Nashville Predators, out right now. 7 goals, 16 assists for 23 points. Philip Forsberg's at 9 goals and 10 assists for 19 points. Good to see some movement in Phil's stat lines. O'Reilly, 7 goals and 10 assists for 17 points. Marchessault, 7 and 10 for 17. Stamkos, 7 and 8 for 15. The stats leaders for the Colorado Avalanche, just incredible what McKinnon is doing. Always incredible what he is doing. He is a Pred killer through and through. So are the first 3 on this board right here. 11 goals, 36 assists for McKinnon, 47 points overall in the season. Rantanen, 18 goals, 25 assists, 43 points on the season. Cal McCarr, 9 goals and 27 assists, 36 points. Middle stats at 7 and 14 for 21, and Sam Girard's got 2 goals, 14 assists for 16 overall points. Anticipated goaltending matchup sees UC Saros at 6-13 and 5 at 2.72 goals against average, a 908 save percentage with 2 shutouts. Facing off against Wedgwood with a record of 3-2-0, a 1.92 goals against, a 931 save percentage. That's got you all set up for the third of 4 meetings this season between the Predators and the Colorado Avalanche. It's taking place in Denver. The Preds falling out there most recently when they stopped in November on the 11th, 3-2 in overtime. If the Preds win this game, they will manage to take 5 out of 6 points from the Colorado Avalanche so far on the season. Let's go back and talk about what happened in Dallas. It's the Reverb Sports full game recap. It's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back December 12th, the year 2024, when the Nashville Predators were in Dallas to face off against the Stars. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines of defensive pairs in the following way: Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault. Nyquist back in the lineup. O'Reilly back in the lineup. Sissons makes up the third of that trio. Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista together again for this game. Smith, McCarron, and LaRue. Your defensive pairings are Shea and Blankenburg, Del Gaizo and Shen, Gravel and Wilsby. Noonan gets gets the start in net for the Nashville Predators. We are 1 minute into the first period. The first action of the game goes to Jake Ottinger as he comes up with a save on Del Gaizo at the 146 mark of the first period. It's Michael coming up with his penalty. 2 minutes for cross-checking on Jankowski, the first special team scenario of the game. Ottinger would come up with a save on Tommy Novak, but that would be it for the Nashville Predators. The 420 mark of the first period, back to 5-on-5 action. It's Noonan coming up with a save on Lundqvist at the 9:42 mark. A long stretch of hockey right there, played between the face-off dots, and a lot of blocked shot attempts in that time as well. 9:42, Ottinger comes up with a save on Marchessault at the 12:17 mark of the first period. It's Noonan coming up with a save on Robertson. 14:49, Ottinger a save on Brady Shea at the 15:13 mark of the first. Ottinger comes up with a save on Smith. 15:57 down the other end of the ice. It's Noonan coming up with a save on Robertson, plus the follow-up jam. The toe comes away with the big save. This was a really big moment in this first period, and Noonan's able to answer the call. 17:23, Wilsby puts the puck in the net, knifing down the middle of the ice, going to the net hard. Unfortunately, it is challenged for offsides, and it is overturned. Take that first NHL goal off of the board. We go back to 0-0, 18:15 in the first period now, and Noonan comes up with a save on Johnston. We hit the end of the first period. The Nashville Predators are out shooting the Dallas Stars by a total of 8-5. We hit the fresh sheet in the second period. We're 51 seconds in. We find a Noonan coming up with a save on Steele at the 55-second mark. So just 4 seconds later, another save on Heiskanen at the 4:06 mark of the second period. Now Noonan comes up with a save on Heiskanen's heavy shot, 6:11 mark. Ottinger goes to work, coming with a save on Shen at 7:15. The second, Ottinger comes with a save on Jankowski, plus the follow-up by Shen at the 8:11 mark of the second period. Noonan back to work with a save on Ben, 9:38, and Noonan comes with a save on Marchment, plus the follow-up by Bork. Just past the halfway point of this game, now at the 10:36 mark of the second period, we find Stamkos and Steele each off to the box. This is going to create a 4-on-4 scenario, and the Nashville Predators are going to capitalize. O'Reilly picks up his 6th goal of the season. Marchessault's feed from below the goal line to the low slot was just perfect, allowing O'Reilly to finish this play off. The Predators have a 1-0 lead. Just shortly after that, 13:33 of the second period now, Novak's 5th goal of the season. He chases the loose puck to the half wall, then returns immediately to the hard areas near the net, gets the return feed, and finishes the play, putting the Nashville Predators up 2-0. So in a span of about 3 minutes right here, the Predators have scored 2 goals. 14:19 now of the second period. It's Noonan coming with save on Lundqvist. 14:39, O'Reilly, his 2nd goal of the game, his 7th of the season. A high slot redirect right here, and a very, very well-placed redirect. The Nashville Predators go up 3-0 over the Dallas Stars here in the second period. 15:57 mark of the second. Ottinger coming with a save on Marchessault. Wrap around and jam attempt. Marchessault taking on the entire Dallas Stars team here, 1-on-5, and getting 2 good scoring opportunities. That's the Jonathan Marchessault that we all want to continue to see. 17:36 in the second period. Noonan coming with a save on Lindell's heavy shot. 19:25 of the second. Forsberg's off to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. Questionable penalty call right there, but the referee deemed that play to be illegal. So Forsberg off to the box. We hit the end of the second period. Dallas out shooting Nashville 21-20. The Stars will have a power play carrying over into the third period. That carry over onto the clean sheets for 1 minute and 25 seconds. Noonan comes up with a save on Heiskanen, then comes up with another save on Johnston. The Predators' #1 penalty kill unit in the NHL is able to hold the line. 2:24 now of the third period. It's a Noonan coming with a save on Robertson. 4:55. Noonan comes up with a save on Ben, sliding across to the weak post. Perhaps the best save of the game. Definitely a very important save at this moment in the game. 5:38 of the third period. It's a Noonan coming with a save on Heiskan. 6:40 of the third period. Ottinger coming with a save on Del Gaizo. That would be the first shot on goal of the period for the Nashville Predators, coming at the 6:40 mark. The 9-minute mark of the third period now. And Noonan comes up with a save on Dadonov at 10:34, just past the halfway point of the third period. It's Bischel scoring his first goal of the season. It was a wrist shot off of the rush. Predators still hold the lead, but Dallas on the board. It's now a 3-1 hockey game in favor of Nashville. 10:41, just after the goal, Noonan comes up with a save on Marchment. Close range plus rebound jam. Dallas Stars just miss by inches, scoring 2 goals in a matter of seconds, which would have made this third period a whole lot more dramatic than it was. 12:36 now of the third period. Noonan coming with a save on Harley. 14:57 mark of the third. It's Blankenberg scoring his first goal, but the puck goes into the empty net with Ottinger out of position. It's challenged goaltender interference and ends up being overturned. Philip Forsberg had made contact with the goaltender seemingly much earlier than would have been ruled a no-goal. But this goal also off the board. Second time in this game, the Predators have a goal taken away. 3-1 still in favor of the Nashville Predators. 16:47 of the third. It is LaRue with the empty net goal, his third of the season. Nyquist did all of the hard work right here, earning the puck in the corner through battle, sending it to the front of the net. LaRue finishes the play off. The Predators lead 4-1, and that would be your final in this game. The Nashville Predators win a hockey game, and they score 4 goals. Those two things haven't happened very much this season, so let's enjoy it while it's here. The Dallas Stars outshoot the Nashville Predators 38-26 for the game, and you got to give Noonan credit for this one. A really big, strong performance throughout the second and the third period to earn his first win as a Nashville Predator, and the big names stepping up exactly as you hope to do. So the Nashville Predators go into one of the toughest rinks in the league to win a game, and they find a way to win just their third game of the season on the road. But impressive as it was. Dallas Stars fall to the Nashville Predators 4-1 on home ice. That's going to do it for the Reverse Sports full game recap. We'll be back with so much more analysis, box score, and more than that coming up on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in, Renegades of Puck podcast. Let's get into the analysis of things. That was a Reverse Sports full game recap, of course. Noonan went 35 of 36 in this game, 16-16 in the second, 16-17 in the third, and an incredibly strong performance. Some really good athleticism on a couple of big-time saves in this game. Earns his first win as a Nashville Predator, and it certainly does come at a perfect time. The Preds needed a good game from a goaltender against a good team, and they got some offense to back him up, so the Predators come away with the victory. Noonan gets his first win as a Pred, and he was outstanding. Not a lot of work in the first, but heavy work in the second and the third period. O'Reilly, 2 goals plus 1 assist for 3 points. This stat just jumps out. The first 3-point game by any Predator this season. Took 30 games for a Predator to get 3 points in one single game. So O'Reilly, back from injury earlier than expected into the lineup and being highly productive. He hadn't missed a game for the Nashville Predators since signing last season, so it was not a surprise to see him getting back in the lineup as quickly as he did. He is known as an Iron Man type hockey player, and he definitely got back in the lineup and was highly noticeable. Tommy Novak picks up a goal in this game, second game in a row, and there he is. There's Tommy Novak. There's the guy that all he does is make plays. He's looking good out there on the rink right now, and the Predators needed some people to start heating up and breaking through, and Tommy Novak is doing that at this time. I think the line combination of Jankowski, Novak, and Evangelista, I think that is a big part of what we're seeing. Marchessault had 2 assists in this game, also had 3 shots on goal, 18-23 on time and ice to lead the forwards. 2 in a row, multi-point game for Marchessault, and that right there, that's the Jonathan Marchessault that the Nashville Predators and the Predators fan base wants to see in every single game. Man, he is a determined hockey player when he is going good, and it seems like since popping off in Montreal, Marchessault is starting to settle in with the Nashville Predators, certainly playing a whole lot harder and being a lot more productive since then. LaRue picks up a goal, yes, an empty net goal, but he worked really hard in this game. He deserved to get some mention. 3 shots on goal, 3 hits, getting more ice time, and that's good to see. I've been advocating for that for quite some time here on this show, and it's good to see the Predators coaching staff recognizing that he, as a professional pest with some offensive upside, has an opportunity to get out there and get some extra minutes and some extra shifts and even some special teams time. So that's great for the young Nashville Predator, who is still very much in the early parts of his development at this level. I cannot wait to see where he is at 20 games from now, 40 games from now. By the end of this season, LaRue is definitely going to be a full-time Nashville Predator for a long time. Wheelsby picks up an assist, his first NHL point, 22:02 in time on ice for the Preds prospect. Strong performance overall. Had his first NHL goal goal taken off of the board, but that was a great play, great read, knifes right through the D, down the slot, puts the puck in. Unfortunately, it was just a bit off of sides right there, but Wilsby playing some incredible hockey, being asked to do a lot out there right now, playing on the top defensive pairing and really putting in the work, 22-02 in total time on ice, and not being a liability in any way against a potent offensive team like the Dallas Stars. So Wilsby deserves to get some conversation right there for sure. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions. We'll come back. We'll get into the good cold hard numbers of the box score, and we'll wrap up this episode number 941 of the Renegades of Puck podcast. We'll do that next.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in, Renegades of Puck podcast. Here's the box score, the good, cold, hard numbers, as we like to say. Ryan O'Reilly with 2 goals in this game, coming off the injured list and making an immediate impact in his return. Tommy Novak and LaRue pick up the other goals for the Predators in this game. On the assist side of things, Marchessault had 2 to pace the Nashville Predators. Nyquist back in the lineup from illness also picks up an assist. O'Reilly an assist. Stamkos picks up another assist, and Gravel picks up an assist for the Nashville Predators. And Wilsby, of course, his first NHL point. In the shots on goal category, Mark Del Gaizo led the way, 5 total shots on goal, and then 3 after that was second. That was O'Reilly, Marchessault, and LaRue, each with 3 shots on goal. When it comes to block shots, 4 for Stamkos was the leader. Luke Shen with 3, and Colton Sissons also with 3. When it comes to hits, 3 was the magic number here as well. LaRue, Marchessault, Cole Smith, and also Mark Del Gaizo with 3 hits apiece. Your time on ice leaders, and I thought Andrew Burnett did a really good job of being able to roll all 4 lines. 18:23 is your time on ice leader for the forwards. It's Jonathan Marchessault. 17:40 for Forsberg is second. 16:28 for Stamkos is third. Every single Nashville Predator on the forward side of things played at least 13 minutes. That's great to see. For the defensemen, it was led by Brady Shea, 22:36, stepping up in Roman Yossi's absence. 22:02 for Adam Wilsby, stepping up and putting in some big minutes out there. And Gravel also at 20 minutes. Hell, give Blankenberg a shout out too. 18:58 in total time on ice, and not a liability at all. Del Gaizo at 16:59. When it comes to your power play time on ice leaders, the power play in this game was 0 for 1. 117, 117 for Forsberg, 116 for Stamkos, 114 for Marchessault, 105 for Mark Del Gaizo. So Del Gaizo out there quarterbacking the power play on the first unit, 55 seconds for Shea as well. The penalty kill for the Predators was perfect, 1 for 1 in this game, 122 for Cole Smith, 59 seconds for it's Colton Sissons, and then 144 for Blankenberg, 144 for Brady Shea. Shorthanded time on ice. Your netminder in this game was Noonan, 35 out of 36. 1 goal against a 9.72 in-game save percentage, 32 even strength saves, 3 power play saves, 0 shorthanded saves. I thought he was spectacular, especially with the heavy workload in the second, 16 and the third period, 16 out of 17. A couple of other numbers falling out of the box score. I mentioned the power play was 0 for 1. The PK was perfect, 1 for 1. The Predators continued to have the best penalty kill unit in the entire NHL. Face-off winning percentage, putrid. Considering they won 4-1, I can overlook it a little bit, but 38.6% is awful. 20 hits, not bad, but against the Dallas Stars, you usually expect it to be more rambunctious than that. The block shots number down a little bit, 18. Only 4 takeaways, 10 giveaways. So again, not great on the puck possession battle. Preds lose that battle yet again in this game, but none of that is going to really matter. That's just me analyzing things and talking my way through the numbers in the box score. At the end of the day, the Predators scored a 4-1 victory against the team that at that moment in time was the best team on home ice in the NHL, the toughest rink in the league to go into and win. The Predators found a way to do it. So the Winnipeg win, which we said was a signature win, the only signature win of the first quarter of the season. Now listen, in that circumstance, the Predators caught the Winnipeg Jets on the second night of back-to-backs, and they made the Winnipeg Jets look like they weren't nearly that great out there. The Predators looked fantastic in that game against Winnipeg Jets. We all understand now, because the Predators were unable to follow up against New Jersey or against, frankly, anybody else since then, that the Predators caught Winnipeg in an opportune moment. This was not that. This was the Predators and the Dallas Stars straight up, each with a day off coming into this game. The Predators had to travel. The Dallas Stars did not. So the Predators do have a signature win right here over a team that is much better than them in the standings, 12 points ahead of them in the standings, in third place in the Central, competing for a playoff spot and being talked about as one of the better teams overall, better put together, better performing, and toughest teams to play against in the toughest ranks of the Preds. I give them credit for a signature win here going into Dallas, a game that no one had any expectations where the Preds were going to win, and performing very well from start to finish. And Noonan might open some eyes right here. UC Saros still putting up tremendous numbers, but going into Denver, does the coaching staff want to ride the goalie that got traded by the Avalanche recently to the Preds, give him an opportunity to go back home? The revenge factor seems to raise and elevate performances, so we'll see about it. So give the Preds credit for a signature win right here. Let's not get too excited, but if they can find a way to bottle this up and continue this type of play, this type of effort, Forsberg, Stamkos, Marchessault through 2 games, it's clearly working. The Preds have generated 7 goals in the last 2 games, which is by far, that's 3.5 per game. That's by far ahead of the 2.27 goals per game that they've averaged for the entirety of the season. So maybe you find an offensive line right there, the second combination that's working. Jankowski, Novak, Evangelista the last couple of games. Like what I'm seeing out there. O'Reilly back in the lineup contributing. Marchessault now contributing on a nightly basis. Stamkos distributing, not scoring goals, but doing good work out there. So for the Preds, give them credit for this win. Hope they can carry it on to Denver and then back home for a nice long homestand going into the Christmas break. That's it for Operation number 941. Let's get out of here and let's get to some last-minute Christmas shopping. That's right. I got to go pick up some packages. I got to get some work done today. All right. Thanks for joining me here on the Renegades of Puck podcast. It's also very, very cold out here. I'm your host and Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. I appreciate your viewership. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Stick taps, love, and respect.